Welcome to our regular iSpring webinar series where we discuss e-learning trends, share tips and tricks, and highlight client success stories. My name is Kate. I'm a community manager at iSpring, and I will be your moderator for today's session. And today we have the first session of our PowerPoint and iSpring Suite webinar series. And over the next hour, we will learn how to seamlessly integrate interactions into your content to deliver immersive learning experiences that keep your audience hooked. And now, let me introduce you to our iSpring genius and tech geek, Polly Shepard. Hi, Polly. How are you doing today?
Hi, Kate. I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, I'm feeling great too, and I can't wait to get started.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our session. Today, I'm going to show you how to create an engaging and well designed interaction for your course. If you attended our last two webinars, you already know that my colleague from tech support, Karina, Karina and I are working to perfect a course about diversity and inclusion in the workplace. And this is the third webinar in this series. We have already improved the slide design and used text to speech to create a narration for our course. And today we are going to add an interaction created with iSpring Suite. If you're new here, no worries. Even if you haven't participated in the previous webinars, you are more than welcome to follow along with me today. For this, you will need to install our authoring tool, iSpring Suite. No worries, it's totally free to do this today. We have a 14-day free trial so that you can test all the functionality of the software and create amazing courses. We are sharing a link to the trial in the bottom left corner of your screen. Okay, also, I'm going to share the course that we made during our first two webinars of the series so you can make changes to it with me. Download it from the handout section right above the chat that you can see on the right side of the webinar panel. To work on the project, you need to click download the file, and unzip files from the zip. Right-click the zip file and select Extract All. In the open folder, you will find a presentation and a folder with the same name. This folder includes all iSpring files that you need to add to your course, so please don't delete, rename, or move this folder away from the PowerPoint. To continue working on the project, you will need to open the presentation file in PowerPoint. We will also send you a recording of this session so that you can watch it later, so you can follow along later if you prefer. While you're installing iSpring Suite and downloading the files, I'd love to know a bit more about all of you. First of all, I'd like to learn a bit about your e-learning experience. We will now launch a poll with 5 answers to choose from. And the question will be, what is your main position? The answers are instructional designer or course developer, HR or L&D specialist, teacher or professor, trainer or facilitator, or other. If you have a different position, feel free to share it in the chat. All right, I'll give you a couple of seconds to answer, and let me see what we already have. Okay, I see we have a lot of instructional designers with us today, which is awesome. And almost the same number of people are trainers or facilitators, and it's really great. Okay, all right. Yeah, I see that we have people of different positions here today, and it is great. I'm sure you'll enjoy today's session. And actually, I have a second question for you. How long have you been in e-learning? And the answers are less than a year, from 1 to 3 years, or more than 3 years? All right, I'll give you some time to vote. Okay, all right. Yeah, today we have lots of pros with us today, and we also have some people who just started their journey in e-learning. All right. Okay, for those who just started their journey, no worries. You will see iSpring Suite in action in just a moment. And by the time this webinar is over, you will definitely learn a few new tricks. Since we have some newbies today who are most likely not super familiar with iSpring, here is just a quick word about who we are. For over 20 years, we have been designing e learning software that empowers individuals, teams, and businesses to succeed through enhanced employee training. iSpring is the recipient of many prestigious industry awards, and we are consistently top ranked for our products and customer support. Our clients include over 500 companies, government agencies, and educational institutions worldwide, including Microsoft, Boeing, Dell, PepsiCo, and even Harvard University. So let's speak about our authoring tool, iSpring Suite Max. It's a PowerPoint add-in that empowers busy training specialists and educators to create engaging e-learning courses quickly and without any tech or design expertise. With iSpring Suite, you can turn your presentations into interactive e-learning courses and upload them to your LMS, engage with 14 interactive templates, boost communication skills with scenarios, create quizzes with flexible scoring and 14 templates, record screencasts and voiceovers easily, add voiceovers in 42 languages, and enable accessible viewing for all users. And I have some news for you. Here at iSpring, we obviously love spring. Springtime is the perfect opportunity to start new projects and take your courses to the next level. That's why we are excited to offer you a 15% discount on our powerful authoring tool. But hurry, because this offer is only valid until March 31st. To get it, just follow the link in the bottom left corner. And I should know that this offer only for new license purchases, but if you're an active client, you can always contact our sales department to know about our special discounts. All right, I think we can move on to the practical part of today's session. Let me quickly share my screen. All right, I'm sharing it right away. Okay, I think you can see it now. If you can see my screen, please let me know in the chat. Okay, all right, great, thank you. So I opened my course in PowerPoint and I want to create a couple of interactions to finish the course. First of all, what is an interaction? Real quick, so we all know what we're talking about, interactions are interactive elements that you can add to your courses to engage learners for a richer learning experience. In the interaction I'll be creating today, I want to tell my learners about the many benefits of a diverse work environment. And I want each benefit to include a quote. Um, yeah, to empower this benefit. I'll start by adding a new PowerPoint slide. I will right click on the slide panel and select new slide. Now I will go to the iSpring Suite tab and click interaction. All right, I will hide this thing right here. Let's just create a new interaction. So I'll click here. And as you can see, iSpring Suite has 14 types of interactions that can be used for any kind of training. And for my interaction, I will select labeled graphic. Okay, create interaction. Um, as for labeled graphic, this interaction lets learners click on some object in an image and see a description of that object. To create this interaction, we basically label or describe the objects on the picture. All right, first I will change this sample picture with my picture. I will click change from file and let me find my my folder with my files. Yep, here it is. Um, if you're following the steps with me, we will need picture one. Okay, open. Now this image is too small here in the preview mode to work on it, so I will just drag it to the left. So it is bigger and I see where I can put my labels. And by the way, I created this picture myself on a PowerPoint slide using shapes and icons from iSpring Content Library. It took me less than 5 minutes to create one. You really can use iSpring Content Library in so many ways. Okay, now I have five icons on my picture, and I will need to put five markers or five labels on my picture. To add a marker, we need to click here, add label. Okay, yeah, we're adding labels, uh, and those icons are called markers. Okay, I hope we all get it here. Now I have four, and I will add just one more label. So I click here, add label, and I will put it somewhere here for now. Okay, we can change colors and the style of these markers. We can select the marker and change the color. For example, let's select this purple color. It is our accent color throughout the entire presentation. So I'll select this one. And actually, I want to put my marker somewhere here. So the picture will be below the marker. So I want to change my style, the style of my marker to an arrow. All right, something like this. And we can do this for markers one by one, or we can select all of them by holding Control on the keyboard and change it for all of them at once. Okay, now I will move them right here. All right, now when we have our picture and our markers or labels ready, we can start adding label descriptions. Um, if you remember, the font family that we're using throughout the course is Euclid. And the default font here actually is Euclid already because I changed it earlier, but let me show you how you can do this for your course. We can change the font and the size of the text for the entire interaction. So without selecting the text and changing the font manually here, we can go to text style. Let's click text style and go to edit styles. So here you can select different font for different parts of the text in the interaction. You can change the size of the font, and you can change if this font will be bold or italic. For example, just to show you how it works, I will quickly change this to different font. Let me change everything to Arial. And I will click OK. and it will be changed in the entire interaction. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to put my Euclid back. And if you want to save it for your future interactions, you can click default styles right here. I hope you can see it. It's at the bottom of the window, and set this style as default styles. And now all interactions you create will use this font and this size and these attributes for your font in all your future projects. Okay, now we can start adding text, I guess, and I will begin with the introduction. I'll add Okay, I will add an introduction to my interaction. As you can see now it is disabled, so I will just enable it, and now my interaction has an introduction. And I will copy and paste text to my introduction. So the text file that we need is called benefits and layers in your source files. Just so it is easier for me, I will put it on my second screen right here. But yeah, uh, if you don't know where I'm copying from a document on the second screen. All right, this will be the title, and this is the description. And that could be it, but I also want to add a picture to my introduction. And to do this, I will go to the Insert tab right here and click Picture. And I will use Picture 2. Okay, that's it for my introduction, I guess. Let me think for a moment. Okay, no, I also want to add a text-to-speech narration to my introduction slide. And to do this, I will go to the Insert tab again, and here we can add audio. I will click audio, and we can add audio from file, we can record our voice, or we can add text-to-speech track. I selected text to speech, and it took me to this text to speech editor. And as you can see, it took my text from the description, from the label description automatically. So I don't need to retype it here. But of course, if you need, you can remove some part of the text. You can type in your own text. For example, let me just remove the description part, and I will leave just the title. Just like in the text-to-speech editor, you can change language, you can change voice, you can use SSML editor, and you can preview your text. And Karina told about this tool a lot on the previous webinar, so I won't pay much attention here. I will just click Insert to create the narration for my introduction slide. And yeah, by the way, I mentioned SSML editor, and just in case you wonder what it is and how you can use it, I'll ask Kate to share a link to this in the chat, or maybe put it in the handouts. Okay, so I think you will see a link to our help docs about SSML editor in a couple of seconds in the chat. Okay, now I added text-to-speech to my introduction slide, and if I click on it, I have some other options. For example, I can enable playback controls, and my learners will be able to fast forward, to stop the narration. Yeah, so I can click it here, and I can also change the way the way the audio starts playing. It can play automatically or on click. If I remove this, my audio will play automatically, and learners will not be able to fast forward and so on. And of course, this is not a final audio. I mean, if you need, you can edit text to speech and add some other text if you need and if you want. Okay, my introduction slide is ready. So I can start adding text from my document to other labels. And while I'm doing it, please respond to a question. You'll see a poll in the chat window right now. Have you already used interactions? Interactions? Yes, interactions in iSpring Suite. And if yes, what is your favorite one? The answers are yes, I love it. Yes, but it's not for me. No, but I will. And no, I've never heard of it. And if you've used it already, please let me know in the chat which one is your favorite. All right, now I'll need maybe 20 seconds to fill my labels with text. Okay, and yeah, I see your answers to the poll. Let me see. Okay, I see that many people use it already, and it makes me happy because interactions are a great way to engage a learner. So they click on the slide and learn the information. It's really good and really interactive because it's an interaction. Okay, I also see that many people have not used interactions, but I'm happy to see that you will. Okay. All right. And as for your favorite interactions, I see that Mariko says, I love the circle diagrams. Okay, great. I also love them. Okay. Okay. I see that many people mentioned role play. Role play is a great interaction type that is included in iSpring Suite. Okay, if you cannot find text to speech in your version of iSpring Suite, make sure that you update it to the latest version because this option, adding text to speech to interactions, was added not so long ago. Okay, and hotspots, yeah, hotspots are great too. All right, I think we can move on. So I added my text and okay, now I think we can see what we can change in the layout of the interaction and to actually see what it will look like in the final project. To do this, I will go to project. Sorry, to properties. Okay, first let's change the title. I will close this introduction. If you don't need the title, you can remove it, but I want it to be here. And I will rename my interaction to diversity and inclusion. Actually, it is about benefits, so I will type in benefits of diversity and inclusion. Like this. And here we also have picture position. These will change the way the picture and the text appear on the slide. For example, now I selected left and the picture is on the left, the text is on the right. And it is the same for all other options. I think I will choose top because I like it better. You can see the picture and the text will appear at the bottom. You can also change picture height. Um, the picture will become smaller and the text will take more space on the slide. I think I'll use 40%. As for text animation, this is about how the text appears when you click on the labels. So now we have push and fade. We can also use just fade and they will change this way. And if you select none, it will be just changing without any animation effect. I like the default one, the push and fade, so I will leave it like this. Here we have an option, use presentation slide as interaction background. I won't use it here because I don't have anything on the presentation slide itself, but I will show you this option with our second interaction. Okay, this will be changed in the player of the course. And also, let's take a look at color scheme. As you can see, navigation buttons are adjusted to the player, the entire course player, so we cannot change it, but we can change different objects inside the interaction, some things that are not about the general course player. Um, for example, we can change the color of the title. Now it is gray and it is not a color that I want to use in my presentation. So I can change it right here. I can select on the color that is called title background, and I can adjust it to I can select any color or adjust it to any color in my presentation. For example, you can use the eyedropper and use the color of the buttons. Okay, something like this. Mm, does it look good? Maybe maybe we need to change it to the color of the pictures. Yeah, I think it works better. All right, and that's it. Now I can click apply and close. And that's it. My interaction is ready. Now I can hit preview and see what my learners will see.
Why is diversity and inclusion in the
Okay,
workplace so important?
now you cannot hear the narration because it is in my my headphones, but yeah, it is there. And that's why I'm pausing. I'm struggling with this first part because it is speaking in my ears. Okay, so you can click next or previous buttons, you can select any label, and you can also preview what it will look like in on different devices. This is a tablet,
Why is
this
diversity and
is a
inclusion in the
phone or mobile device. Okay, like this. All right, it is ready. Now we can save it and return to course and start creating our second interaction. Again, to create a new interaction, I will add a new slide. Right click on the panel and select new slide. But this time I want to add a background for my interaction. And yeah, so first let's create a background. And I will do this right on the presentation slide. Okay, I already created a new slide, and let's go to backgrounds from the iSpring content library and see what we have there. Okay, I'm using illustrations in my course, so I will select this filter here. And also it is about diversity in the workplace, so I will select an office. And the background that I need will be the conference room, this one. Click Insert, and now it is added as a background to my slide. But I will crop it a bit so I don't have this part. I only need this plant and this white word. Actually, this is not the one I wanted. I'm really sorry. Let me quickly go back to backgrounds and select a different one. Okay, I need a conference room. I need a conference room without a blackboard because my idea is to add a blackboard um, in a different place. All right. Yeah, this is the background I needed. So let me crop it. So I only have a plant and some part of the wall. The empty wall where I can add some more objects. Okay, let me adjust it this way. All right, now I will add a blackboard from the iSpring Content Library objects. So I go to Objects, and let's search for a blackboard. I will just type it in to save the time, and I need this one. Okay, and now I will put it on my slide somewhere here. Yep. Okay, now my background is ready and I can add an interaction on this slide. Again, I go to the iSpring Suite tab and I go to Interaction. And this time I want to create an interaction called Pyramid. And this interaction will show different layers of diversity. Let's click New Interaction and select Pyramid. All right. In my doc, in my source doc, there are 4 layers of diversity. So I will need 4 layers of the pyramid. Here I have, let me show you. Here I have 2 segments on one level, but I will have just 1 segment on each level. So I will just delete this segment and add a layer. All right. And by the way, can you see that we have Euclid here as well? Because I set it as a default text style, and now it is in all my interactions, that new interactions, of course, and all my new interactions that I create. Okay. What else? What else? Yeah, now I think we can just start copying and pasting the text to our interactions. Again, I will need just a couple of seconds to do this. The first one, this will be the second one. Okay. And the last one. Okay, that's it. It was really easy and really fast. I'm sure you didn't have time to get bored while I'm doing this. Now we just need to add the summary. This will be the last slide in my course. So that's why I want to add some kind of a summary. Um, what shall we call this? This last slide? Yeah, I think I'll just type in congratulations. I'm congratulating them with the end of the course that they did it, and I will also thank them for their time. Maybe also tell them that this is the end of the course. This is the end of the course. Thank you for your time. Okay, I think that's enough for the information in my interaction, and we can go to properties. Here, I will remove the title. I don't need it. For colors, oh yeah, we haven't changed colors for pyramid. You can change it here by selecting the element of the pyramid and changing the color right here. Um, Sorry, not here. What am I seeing? Let me quickly close this. If you select the layer, you will see layer color, of course. And here you can change the colors. Um, Again, for example, let's change it to this purple one. But also you can change it in color scheme. Right here, you can select the color and you can change it. I will select colors that I used in my course, throughout my course. This is too light and too dull, maybe like this. And some bright yellow color, too bright. Yeah, something like this. Oh, yeah. So we changed colors, we removed the title. We can change the pyramid position. Again, it can be on the right or on the left. I will leave it on the right. Text animation, it is the same as in the previous interaction. It can push and fade, can appear with the animation called push and fade. It can just fade or none. And finally, this option, use presentation slide as interaction background. If you remember, I added that blackboard on my slide, and now my pyramid fits perfectly here. And if you wonder, I put this blackboard about a centimeter here. Yeah, so like somewhere away from the side of the slide. Okay, that's it. I can click apply and close, and my interaction is ready. So I click save and return to course. And now let's preview both interactions. I will select both of them by clicking, uh, by hitting Control on my keyboard. I selected two of them and I click preview, preview selected slides. It can take a couple of seconds to convert. Okay. While we are waiting, maybe I can answer one of your questions. Okay. Yeah, I see your questions, but I probably will need some more time to answer them than the time that we're waiting for the interaction to convert. So don't worry, we will have a Q&A session in just a minute. All right, so here are my interactions, my ready-made interactions. So learners can freely go back and forth. Again, you can preview this on different devices. Let me preview this here on a
Why is
mobile
diversity
phone.
and inclusion
Right, like this. And this is the second interaction, our pyramid. This is on the phone, and let me go back to the desktop. Yeah, this is on the desktop. Okay, I think that was it. Both interactions took me, I guess, less than 20 minutes to finish. And I hope that today you've learned something new, that you've learned some helpful tricks for working with iSpring tools. And we are ready for the Q&A part. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah, thank you, Polly. That was great. So much practical information. And before we start the Q&A session, if you can stay longer, I want to ask you to fill out the survey about the webinar, and I will share a link in the chat right now. And also, don't forget about our special offer this spring. So I will share a link again in the chat. Um, and yeah, let's start the Q&A session. So uh, let's start with a question that we didn't have time for. So the question from Diana. Can I somehow insert a course that I create in iSpring Suite to iSpring Learn, part of specific page, to combine the two tools? So whatever
Uh,
it means.
if you want to upload iSpring Suite course to iSpring Learn, like generally, you can easily do this because we have a direct an option to publish your courses directly from iSpring Suite to iSpring Learn. You can see it under the publish. But if I understand it correctly, you need to put it in a page. Is it so? Can you please tell me if it is about a page? Okay, yes, it is about a page. Um, there is no way to put it directly, but there is a workaround. If you have iSpring Suite Max, you can publish your course to iSpring Cloud. And there is an option to share courses from iSpring Cloud with a link or with an embed code. So, for example, you can copy the embed code and put it in the page in iSpring Learn, and it will appear there. So I hope this workaround works. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see it works.
Okay, thank you. And another question um, from Wendy while we are on this slide. My blackboard is in the wrong place. Can I move it now after the interaction is added?
Yes, you can move it. Here on the interaction slide, you can remove, not remove, but move this white picture, and you will see all your pictures underneath. So you can move them and move it to the right place and then put it back. So you can try this and play around with objects on the slide.
So yeah, um, and we have another problem here. So question from Dort. What can I do if the preview doesn't work? I load and then the window for the preview doesn't open. Had this with a course I was working on today.
Um, this can happen due to a number of reasons. I think I won't go into this now. I'll just ask you to email us at support@ispring.com, and my colleagues will send you all the information why this could happen and some troubleshooting instructions.
Yeah, thank you. I will share uh, an email right now. And I see another question. For interactions like labels or hotspots, can you set a property that the learner has to click on each one before they move to the next slide?
There is an option where learners cannot um, how should I put this? Give me a second. Yeah, there is an option like this. So let me just show you. It will be easier. You can do this in slide properties. If you go to slide properties, next to the interaction slides, you will see where it says interaction. And if you click here, you'll see some more properties. So if we go to properties, here it is. Here is the word that I forgot. You can prevent users from interrupting the interaction. You can just uncheck this box, and this will make them view each part of the interaction before they move on. And you can also, for example, if you have it like here, previous or next buttons advance slides in the presentation, they can skip it. So make sure you have items in the interaction. So yeah, those two options, uncheck allow user to interrupt the interaction, and next and previous buttons advance items in the interaction. Hope this helps.
And we have a question from Greg. What is the difference between sending as a SCORM file or as XAP, how it is used? My university probably will want to use Moodle as the LMS.
Um, if it is about Moodle, I would recommend using Squirm because Moodle, if I'm not mistaken, Moodle doesn't support XAPI, but maybe I'm mistaken. Um, Anyway, Squirm and XAPI are different formats, and some learning management systems support this format, some systems don't support. So basically, for you as for a content creator, it is mostly about which format is supported. But Experience API tends to be more tends to give you more information about learner progress than a Squirm file. But Squirm file, as it is a bit older than Experience API, it is supported by most learning management systems, and there are fewer, I would say, fewer issues with this format, fewer misunderstandings with the way it works.
Yeah, sure. But you should double check what formats are supported in each LMSs. So I see a question from Christoph. Is it possible to use text to speech with iSpring Suite or iSpring Cloud needed? I have to translate our trainings in several languages, and that would be a great help for me.
Um, Text to speech is only in iSpring Suite Max. So iSpring Suite Max combines iSpring Suite and iSpring Cloud. Yeah, so if you want to use text to speech in different languages, you will need iSpring Suite Max. But if it is about translating courses, not text to speech, but text on slides, it is available in both iSpring Suite Basic and iSpring Suite Max. But text to speech only for Suite Max.
Yeah, and we don't have it in iSpring Cloud, just to be clear.
Yeah, yes.
Um, Laura asks, is there a setting for interactions where the reader has to scroll down to view all information before they click to the next area?
Yeah, I'm afraid we don't have it for now. But of course, I will pass it on and I'll tell our developers that this is a needed feature. And I saw that Michelle also told that we need interactions
Oh
working
yeah,
these
I
ways,
see.
that
Yeah,
you need to view all content on one page. Yeah, I'm sure I understand that it is really useful, and I will definitely pass it on.
yeah. Thank you, Polly. Okay, there is a question from Paula. Um, does iSpring have a comprehensive user guide for iSpring Suite Max?
Yes, we have help docs where you can find all information about how iSpring Suite Max works. If you're interested in a particular feature and you cannot find it in the help docs, uh, you can always email us at support@ispring.com and we'll be happy to help you find it.
Yeah, sure. And I'm looking for iSpring Docs, help docs link. I think I found it. So I will share it right now. I see a question from Kathy. They use subtitles in their PowerPoint for accessibility. It's a setting on the PowerPoint menu. Is there a way that students can choose this option when we create the iSpring file?
Mm, if those are subtitles for videos, they can be selected in iSpring Suite. Like users can use them, they can turn them on in videos. Those will be saved. Um, if it is about some other subtitles, to be honest, I'm not sure. My question is it about subtitles for videos? Or is it some other type of subtitles? If it is for videos, then yes, it will be available for users after publishing. If it is some other type of subtitles, maybe some narration subtitles that you create in PowerPoint and not in iSpring Suite, then okay, yes, for videos. Thank you. Then yes, it will work after publishing.
Yeah, thank you. Question from David. Does iSpring use the cloud or is it only using the laptop desktop app? Uh, is there a feature for closed captioning subtitles? Question again.
Okay. iSpring Suite is a desktop app and it can only work locally. But with iSpring Suite Max, you also get iSpring Cloud, and this one is in the cloud. This one is in can be accessed in the browser. Um, to create courses from PowerPoint files, you need iSpring Suite, a desktop app. And in iSpring Cloud, you can create online interactive pages. Um, those are like interactive articles or micro courses. They're really easy to create. We have a lot of features there as well, but it's just not for converting PowerPoint. So I guess the answer is both. You could use it both on desktop, and some tools can be used in the cloud. Is there a feature for closed captioning? For now, we have notes, slide notes. If you add some notes to your slides, you can put them as closed captions in the player. So learners click on these closed captions and they get a transcript um, of the slide or of the narration. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, a comment from David. Thanks to you, Polly. Um, okay. I'm very glad that you like this presentation. Thank you. Um, okay, a question from Greg. Can people access the training from the cloud, skipping the LMS, or is the cloud just a place to save your project files?
Yes, in iSpring Cloud, you can share your courses and actually all items that you add to iSpring Cloud. You can share them with a link and send it to users without having the learning management system, but you will not be able to track their progress. It is just for review, just to view the course. As a workaround, you can add a quiz to the last slide of your course and set up email reporting. So when learners get to the last slide of the course, they take the quiz and you receive an email report about their quiz results. So if you don't have LMS and if you're not planning to use one, this can be an option.
Okay, thank you, Polly. And I think it was our last question for today. If you still have questions, you can leave them in the Google form that I shared. Um, and just one thing before we say goodbye, we will have one more webinar about creating courses in PowerPoint and iSpring Suite. There we will finish creating course that we edited today. And I'll be waiting for you on Thursday. And I will share a link in the chat if you want to see a schedule and save it. And yeah, Polly, thank you for sharing all these insights with us. And thank you, everyone, for joining us this hour as well. Hope you have enjoyed. Take care.
Thank you for joining. Bye bye.